And action. The only thing that sucks, I can't be as loud as I really want to be. That's fine.
It's true.
Because people are upstairs. But anyways, what's going on, everybody? My name is Joshua Finley, also known as Kamakachi Juice in the city of Toronto, worldwide, as I like to call it. I am a club promoter, event planner, fitness guru, fashion guru, brand ambassador, model, personality, host, or as I like to call it in today's world, a lifestyle influencer. So I came up with the name lifestyle influencer because I do many things in the city of Toronto. What I'm here to talk to you guys today about is my fitness story. So, taking back to 2012, I was 225 pounds. So just to say right off the bat, and then, as you see behind me, there are photos which shows you what I used to look like. I lived a very unhealthy lifestyle, a lifestyle of inactivity. I was never athletic, a lot of late night drinking, a lot of bad eating. I also, I was never an active guy. I was always more just hanging around. I believed in partying hard, and I didn't believe in any form of balance. So from the ages of 19, 20, 21 till about 25 years old, I went from being 160 pounds to 225 at my heaviest weight, which was in the summer of 2012. So the way I got to that weight, I felt like at the time I was very confident. I was very confident in the way I walked, in the way I talked, and more in other words, I would like to consider myself, I was very cocky, and I don't even know why. I lived a very, I would say, uncontrolled and reckless lifestyle, in a sense of every night I would be drinking beer. Beer became a very, pretty much an everyday habit for me. It was every morning I'd wake up, and I remembered drinking a beer as soon as I woke up in the morning, and I would have leftover Chinese food that was in the fridge from the night before. And the night before I would have Chinese food at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be out drinking with my friends. I was the guy that was always chicken wings and beer. It came to a point where I literally knew every single fast food restaurant in Mississauga. I knew every deal that was happening. So like if there was Wild Wing had Thursdays was a pitcher of beer and chicken wings for £2 for $9.99. I was at Wild Wings every Thursday. If Jack Astor's was doing 50-cent wings and a pitcher of beer for $5.99 on Mondays, I was at Jack Astor's every single Monday. And that lifestyle led me down a road to self-destruction, as I'd like to say. But I also, I partied very hard, and I was surrounded with, I had great friends, I had great family, which I still do to this day, but nobody ever really told me maybe I should slow it down. Nobody ever said that I should maybe, take time to balance out the lifestyle, in a sense of maybe I should be active, or maybe I should eat healthier. It definitely was something I never even thought of. I can honestly say I used 3 days without drinking water. The only water I would drink was when I would be brushing my teeth. And I started to not say gain health issues, but I definitely knew at the age of 25 that my body was slowly deteriorating, in a sense of I felt weak, I had no muscle, I was very out of shape. I remembered small tasks, simple things like bringing the laundry up from the basement to the top of my house for my mother was something that I would be out of breath. Taking out the garbage from the garage to the end of the driveway. I remember that there was a point in my life where that was hard for me. It was very heavy. I would be out of breath. Playing basketball with my friends on a Thursday night, I wouldn't be able to keep up. I couldn't run, couldn't jump, couldn't do push-ups. I was very weak. But the way I kind of covered up that lifestyle was being drunk, more drinking, more bad eating, because that's really all I knew. So I just knew stay drunk and don't really think about it. So pretty much around the summer of 2012 in July, I ended up hearing about a local gym. I had made some life decisions at the time. I had just ended a relationship, and I knew that I wanted to make a change in my life. And I believe everything happens for a reason, because during that, that time in my life where I had just came out of a 5-year relationship, and I wanted to just make some changes in my life, I heard about a local gym in Mississauga, where I did join, and I joined the 12-week body transformation. And during that 12 weeks, I lost 70 pounds of fat. But at the end of the day, it was more my mind. I turned that switch on. I told myself one morning, I remembered waking up and saying, this is the day that I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to do everything it takes to attain that. And I remembered in that state that I was in, I was fed up, and I was sick and tired of how I looked, how I felt. Even though I still had that persona of somebody that was living such an amazing, crazy, wild lifestyle, partying and hosting events and doing parties across the city of Toronto. I was I was happy, but also unhappy in a sense with how I looked and how I felt. So I definitely took the time to make that change, and eventually developed a passion. I developed a passion for health and fitness. I started to educate myself, learn about how to eat. I eventually learned what things to cut out. I cut out the beer, cut out the drinking, cut out the fast food, the late night eating. At the time, I used to say, I'm the ultimate hustler. We don't need sleep. I eventually learned that sleep is very important, and I began to make sure that I'm sleeping more. I am, instead of eating once a day or twice a day, I would eat 6 times a day, small portions. I would stay up late on YouTube and educate myself about health and fitness, because I actually had no knowledge in that field. So I would just learn, and then I would feed my mind, and I would watch motivational speaking, and I started reading motivational books and things that would inspire me. And I remember listening to quotes, and I would listen to these things every day, and I would push myself, and I started to surround myself with great individuals and like-minded people who were also driven in the same field and the mindset that I had. And pretty much I then began to change lives. I definitely used that during that time to inspire others and motivate other people, where I was, during the summer of 2013, I took 2 kettlebell certifications and became a certified trainer, and started to teach and instruct boot camps and personal training sessions in the Mississauga area. And yeah, pretty much now it's 2017, and it's been 5 years, and I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm 31 years old, and I'm still striving every single day for greatness, and I still live a healthy lifestyle, and I've been maintaining it. And the moral of my story is, why I'm here today is to let you guys know it is possible. So it definitely is possible to, when you put your mind to something and you really strongly believe it, and you tell yourself every day that this is what you have to get done, because there's nobody that's going to spoon feed you, or there's no magic pill. There's no nobody's going to get you up out of your bed and drive you to the gym. You have to do that. So I just want to continue to inspire and shed the light on everybody out there watching this video. And my name is Joshua Finley. You can always follow me on Instagram, joshua.finley, and I will always be continuing to send out motivational quotes and inspiration, because I believe in order to better my life, I always strive to better other people's lives. And let's just keep living. One love, Joshua Finley. God is good. Yeah.
That's good. I like that.